is now a good time to start a business? My answer, and because for me, there is really no good time to start a business. So the answer to this is yes. Whether the economy is doing really well or whether the economy is doing pretty bad, you can always start a business and make it profitable. So it's always about the fundamentals when you start a business, right? So I always say this is that when you want to start a business, are you really solving a world problem? And because if you are really solving a world problem, and it won't go away easily. So that is the first thing. So your business needs to solve a world problem. You're off to a good start. But that's not only what it needs. So then the other fundamental thing that you need to have there is that you need to have a very solid idea of how you want to go about it. So this is your business model, this is, your business strategy, marketing plan. This is something that we can discuss in more details in some other question. But basically one is having that idea of you're solving a real world problem. Second is that you must have a clear idea of how you want to go about it. And then third, which is to me is also super important, if not the most important, you need to have a very strong mindset, like that entrepreneurial mindset, wherein you are open to learning, you're open to growing. And a lot of people struggle when they start a business because when it comes to the mindset part, their ego is getting them stuck. So the ego is that thing that is inside us that is stopping us, at least for these people, right, from succeeding in building a successful business. Because the ego is sometimes the one that is telling you that, no, you're not good enough, like it's okay, you just stay there and you'll be fine, you are okay now where you are. Or maybe that your ego is telling you that, oh, don't do that, do this. And so the ego actually stops you from, starting from the bottom and becoming like having that childlike demeanor and behavior wherein you're just curious and learning about new things. Because ultimately, I think 80 to 90% of us, including me, we never learned entrepreneurship when we were in school, right? No one actually taught us how to run a business. And so we need to humble ourselves. We need to go down and really have that openness to learn from other people, to learn from, books, from courses. And from those learning, then we can take it on and then try it out ourselves. And then from there, once we become better and we master it, then you can add your own thing. You can add your own flavor. The worst thing that people do is that, they think they know already. Oh, I know that. No, I don't need to listen to you. And that's the ego that is speaking, right? Going back to the question, there is really no good time to start a business. So to answer that question is yes, it's definitely a good time to start a business now, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe next week. So if your dream is to start your own business, then the faster you can start it, the better, because then you have more time to learn and adjust and make that business even better in the future. So have you ever wanted to give up going to work and do nothing? Multiple times I've thought about giving up. And not just giving up and doing nothing, but really giving up and maybe even doing something. Like maybe going back to employment. I've always been honest to all of you that entrepreneurship is really challenging, right? I don't want to sugarcoat, the journey, because honestly, the challenging part of entrepreneurship, the struggles, the times where, like you don't know what else you can do, but then, like you really work on it, strive, and then suddenly you get the idea and then you do it and then, whoa. So all of that is actually part of the growth. And so I believe that is the thing that we want to experience, because without the struggles, I think it's not meaningful, it's not worth it, right? So anyway, going back to this, because of those challenges, there were many times, multiple times, that I really thought to myself, shit. I mean, I will say, like, oh shit. I think I'll just go back, to work in a company, being an employee again. You know, it feels so sad when I kind of like think about those things, especially, and it hasn't stopped, by the way. So, because the interesting thing about the journey is, so you start from here and then, like you work through it and then you hit a wall, and then that's kind of like the first time you say, shit, this is so hard. And then you kind of like really work through it, and then you get your breakthrough, and then you'll be like, whoa, I'm the king of the world, right? Like, whoa, I'm Superman. And you start going up, and you feel like you manage to develop as a person, as an entrepreneur. And then you go on to the next level, and then yeah, and then you hit another wall, and then it's same thing happens. It's like, oh, then you again break through, and then you go to the next level. And so that's kind of like the journey. But that's the fun thing about it. I mean, to me as well, is not knowing what's going to happen next, and knowing myself and my resourcefulness. And I've done it so many times, right? Knowing that I can actually do it and I can actually figure it out. That's exciting for me as well. But definitely, I've thought about giving up already. And the interesting thing is, and we talked about this in the mindfulness session, these are thoughts, right? And you always have a choice whether you want to follow your thought or not. That's the beauty of it. You can have many, many thoughts in your mind, every single time, and you can just choose to ignore it. And so that's what I've been doing. So the thought, comes up, and I say, oh my God, I'm going to give up. And that moment, it might feel, it felt so real. Then I thought, yeah, I'll just give up. No, I won't give up. Then I will continue, and then, choo, 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 and then I get my breakthrough. So that is the beauty of, having a very strong entrepreneurial mindset, is that you get focused and go back to, why you are doing this thing in the first place. Definitely, there will be times, there will be challenging times that will, if you are going to be going into your entrepreneurship journey, there'll be times that, it will be very, very challenging, but, it's okay. Keep at it.
Oh, hey there. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to click the bell button so you get updated of the new videos. See you in the next one.